Welcome to Jerusalem, a city of faith, and sometimes a place of broken dreams. Every stone in this city tells a story of faith and of those who waited for their miracle. Our story begins not in the glorious temple, but at the Pool of Bethesda. Imagine a five-sided arcade, constantly filled with shadows and the sound of suffering.
This was no spa. This was a place of last, desperate hope.
A belief persisted. An angel would descend and stir the water. The first person into the pool after the stirring would be completely healed.
Think about that promise. Instant healing, but only for the fastest.
It created a heartbreaking competition among the truly helpless. The blind, the lame, the paralyzed. All eyes were fixed on the surface of the water.
A moment of hope, followed by a lifetime of waiting.
Among them lay an old man. His ailment was never named, only its duration. 38 years. Think of what that means. 38 years of failure. His world was that one small mat, fixed by the edge of the pool. Every time the water moved, he tried. Every time, he failed. He was paralyzed, yes, but he was also completely alone. He had no friends, no family to help drag him down to the healing water.
He was a witness to countless miracles he could not reach.
We can only imagine the bitter resignation that must have set in.
Yet, he still waited. A single flicker of hope refusing to die.
He was bound not just by his legs, but by his isolation and despair. On a particular Sabbath, the familiar crowds were there, but this time, something was different. Jesus of Nazareth had entered the pool complex.
He didn't come to preach or to hold a ceremony. He came simply to see.
He walked through the porticos, acknowledging the suffering with an intensity no one else possessed. His eye, however, fixed immediately on the man who had waited the longest. Jesus knew his history. He knew the years of wasted waiting. He didn't wait for the water to stir. He bypassed the entire tradition. He stood over the man, cutting straight to the deepest question of the heart.
A question that might seem absurd to a man who had waited so long to be healed.
The healing was about to begin. But first, the will had to be tested.
Jesus looked down at the man's wasted body, his gaze full of knowing compassion.
Do you want to get well?
The question wasn't about his illness. It was about his faith.
Had his hope become so comfortable that he had forgotten how to desire freedom?
The man, lost in his complaint, didn't answer with a yes.
Instead, he recited his excuse, the story of his failure.
Sir, I have no one.
Someone else always goes down ahead of me.
He still believed the water was the only path. His mind was trapped in the ritual. But Jesus was about to show him that the source of healing was standing right there.
No angels, no stirring water, just the pure authority of God.
Jesus cut through the man's excuses, his complaints, and his 38 years of despair.
He spoke a word of power, a command that defied all physical law. Get up!
The paralyzed legs, the atrophied muscles, they were instantly forced to obey. No slow recovery, no physical therapy, just a lightning bolt of new life. The command continued, demanding an act of radical faith and public display.
Pick up your mat and walk. The mat, his prison for decades, was now to become a symbol of his freedom. The surrounding crowds watched in stunned silence, barely breathing. What happened next was the single greatest proof of the healer's identity.
The man's eyes went wide. His body responded to the word, not to his own will.
He felt the surge of power flow from his heel to his head. With a gasp, he pushed himself upward, a movement he hadn't made in a generation. He was standing, fully restored. His life of waiting was over.
He didn't hesitate. He instinctively bent down to grab his mat. The weight of the mat, insignificant, but symbolically enormous. He took a step, and then another. A smile broke across his face, the first true joy in decades.
He walked right out of the Pool of Bethesda, leaving his past behind him.
He had no idea who his healer was, but he knew he was free.
Faith is not found in the water, but in the one who speaks life over it.
When Christ restores you, the life you carry forward becomes your testimony.